And I have to ask the question, Mr. President, why don't you go to Madison? Why don't you go stand up in front of those Americans and just tell them to, you don't have to give one of those great speeches that you give, but if you could just go there and say, keep going. I'm with you. Who cares what the Republicans say? Who cares what the right-wing talkers say? This is about 2012. This is about priorities. And then after you land in Madison, Mr. President, you should stop off in Indianapolis. And then you should go to Columbus, Ohio. And then you should go to Trenton, New Jersey. And all along the way, you're going to find people who remembered that soundbite that we played earlier about how you were going to put some pair of shoes on and walk with them. Okay, I'd like to believe that, but right now I'm wavering. I'm not sure. We're going into week number 3 of this, and I only got one little soundbite that I'm hanging on, that President Obama is with all these wage earners that went door to door, that did the social networking. This is a campaign. This is a campaign for the middle class. Nobody's going to get elected. And speaking of elections, I do remember this interview that President Obama gave Diane Sawyer in talking about getting reelected. Here it is.
The one thing I'm clear about is that I'd rather be a really good one-term president than a mediocre two-term president. And I believe that. There's a tendency in Washington to think that our job description of elected officials is to get reelected. That's not our job description.
Amen to that, Mr. President. That's not your job description, to get reelected. And no middle-class family in this country who supported you will ever think that you were going to Madison because you're trying to score political points. You're going there because there was a time that you, Barack Obama, you made people believe. You grabbed them by the heart. You got into their soul. You made them believe that you would be there for the middle class. You made them believe that your support was going to be unwavering. I'm not sure about that tonight. Now, look, I know there's a lot on your plate. I know that Libya's going to hell in a handbasket. But I was in Madison last week, Mr. President, and I visited with nurses and firefighters and police officers and librarians and teachers. And you know what? Their world's going to go to hell in a handbasket, too, if this radical Republican governor gets his way. It's time for a road trip. It's time for the President of the United States to go out and prove that he is with these Americans, that he is standing with them, and he'll stand with them and rally with them as long as he has to, in Madison, in Indianapolis, in Columbus, and in Trenton. And those will just be the first 4 steps. Because the Republicans, you see, they have a map too. They have a road trip. It's called All Over America. All over America, they're attacking public education. All over America, they are attacking organized labor. And all over America, they are trying to defund the progressive movement. But we had Barack Obama on our side one time, but now tonight I've just got this one soundbite where he says over a week ago that, you know, he's kind of with him. And then, Jay Carney, you just didn't sell me, buddy. You didn't sell me. You didn't make me believe that the president is right there.